I played baseball and football and basketball. My dad always told me, if you're an athlete, you want to play as many sports as you can, and baseball seemed to work out. I played on, 4 or 5 teams a year, traveling, every single weekend. I probably played 180 games a year. We were the best team in the country 4 years running. Our record was, 115, 0-1. We never lost. So when you win, you don't want to stop playing. I was in Syracuse. We actually got snowed out that day, and called me in and said, hey, you might have a shot to, get called up to the big leagues today. And, I kind of just sat back and went, all right, it sounds great to me. I'm not going to tell you no. 3 or 4 hours later, told me, hey, you're going to go to LA and join the team. And, what a great place to open it up. 4 or 5 hours from Vegas, where, all my family and friends are. And, to be able to share that moment with them was the best thing about it.
It's a photo moment at Dodger Stadium.
Walking up to the plate, it was just, I was really calm. I was just thinking, what's Vince Scully saying right now?
So now make way for Bryce Harper. Very high on him. I remember Davey Johnson raving about him last year.
I didn't know if I was going to be up there for, that long, so I was just going to try to enjoy it and, bust my butt. It was a 3-2 count. He threw me a 3-2 fastball up in the zone, and, I was actually looking curveball, but he gave me a good pitch to handle, and I reacted and got some good wood on it. And, going into second base, I looked out and just, wow, it was first base hit and, first professional hit, and it was just a great moment.
Bryce Harper's in the books.
It was my last at-bat, and threw me a slider down and away, hit it to dead center. I didn't know if it was going to get out or not, so, I was busting it out of the box, and, I saw the center fielder look up, and it was out of the yard.
There he is. Congratulations.
I like to run, and I like to, get that extra bag or take that extra base. And that whole moment, it was a perfect storm. Before the game, I was talking to Worth, and we were looking at Hamill's move and seeing what he does. And, you have lefty at first base, so everything worked out the right way. When he came up, I just got going and, tried to, beat the third home plate and really get in there and make something happen. And it was a perfect storm.
You sure this kid's 19?
You always, think and dream of, hey, I could be on a video game one day and, to be able to see the animation on it and see your face and your hair and, your swings, and, it's pretty impressive what they can do with technology. Being able to have the fans put themselves in the game also, create your own player and have them in the game, I think, really that's what makes baseball. If you don't have your fans in professional sports, you don't have anything. And it's just a great experience for them to be able to, get that close to the game. We have some of the best fans in all of baseball, I think. Our guys, really come out every single night, and, DC wants a winner, and we have a great team and a great organization to do that, and, to be able to get them wins, and, I think it's great for the whole town of DC. I just want to get a ring. That's the biggest thing on my mind, and, that's my biggest goal, and I want to win every single year, and I think, we got an organization and a team that can, get going and really, give us a shot to get there. I want to be a winner for the town of DC, a winner for my team, and, I'm going to go in there every single day, and DC is going to get 100% out of me no matter what. If I'm sick, if I'm hurt, my arm's going to fall off, I'm still going to play and do the things I need to do to help my team win.
He swings with such malicious intent.
MLB 13, the show. So real, it's unreal.
PlayStation